Hi, welcome back, everyone. It's John again. Today, I want to talk about security best practices. With the increasing number of data breaches and cyber attacks happening around the world, it's not a matter of if your organization will be targeted, but when. And when it happens, the security of your cloud infrastructure will be critical to mitigating the damage and protecting your organization's reputation. As a client resource, I want to share with you some critical tips on how to keep your cloud environment secure and simple enough for anyone on your team to understand. When it comes to security practices, you're only as strong as your weakest link. In this video, we'll talk a little bit about data encryption and simple practices that anyone on your team, regardless of their IT knowledge, can follow. Then, in our next couple of videos, we'll also go over identity and access management as well as network security. So, let's get started. Data encryption is one of the most important aspects of cloud security. When you encrypt data, you convert it into a code that can only be read by authorized users with the right decryption key. This is critical to protecting sensitive data, such as financial information or personal data from cybercriminals who may try to steal or compromise it. Encryption is also important to ensure compliance with industry regulations. Some of the more well-known regulations you may have come across or have heard of, for example, are HIPAA mandates in our healthcare industry, or if your organization does a lot of work with EU nation, you've most likely come across the GDPR, or General Data Protection Regulations, which is the EU's new standard for consumer rights and privacy. The best way to ensure strong data encryption is by using a set of simple tools and protocols. 1. Use strong and unique passwords for all cloud accounts and regularly change them. A great way to make sure all employees are staying up to date with password protocols is by implementing encryption key management software, which can take the headache out of trying to remember hundreds of different ever-changing passwords and should be considered an essential tool for anyone in any company trying to protect sensitive information, including financial data, healthcare information, or personal information. Number 2, use multi-factor authentication to add an extra layer of security to your accounts. This is a security mechanism that requires users to provide 2 or more methods of authentication before gaining access to an organizational system or application, and it's much more secure than any traditional username and password authentication. 3. Use encryption tools and services provided by your cloud provider or third-party vendors to encrypt sensitive data at rest and in transit. By using their encryption tools, you can save time and effort, and the tools are likely to be more secure and more reliable than a custom solution. And finally, implement a data classification policy that defines what types of data should be encrypted and how. The policy should include guidelines for identifying different types of data, such as confidential, restricted, or public, and specifying the security protocols that should be applied to each type. By implementing this policy, you can ensure that encryption is applied consistently across all sensitive data, regardless of where it's stored or transmitted, which in turn will help protect against data breaches and unauthorized access to sensitive information. It can also help your organization comply with data privacy regulations and standards. As with any tool or third-party vendor, it's important to have a strong understanding of their security protocols as well, because even if you are doing everything possible to protect your data, it's important that any company that you're working with is doing the same. If you need help identifying resources and tools that support your cloud environment and security protocols, and you need to have in place, please reach out. My contact information is listed in the above description. ABC has a vast array of resources on our bench, including a fractional CISO with a degree in pure mathematics who can make sure that your infrastructure is secure. I look forward to hearing from you soon and hope you have a wonderful day.